All right, trying to go live from the Mississippi River using the Canon EOS R, photographing birds in flight. I don't know how well this is going to work, meaning the wireless mic setup and Facebook Live, but we'll find out. So far, so good. Been using the EOS R 100 to 400, 1.4 extender version 3 with the converter ring, and it's functioning really, really well. So I'm photographing in JPEG plus RAW, or RAW plus JPEG. And again, I've not played with any of the RAW files yet, but I'm hopeful to do that later on once I get the software installed and play around. But so far I've been really impressed with the JPEGs that come out of camera in the dynamic range. So down on the Mississippi River, and we're looking for some waterfowl. There's some white pelicans in the area. So I've already made some frames. I've sent them from the camera to the phone via the Wi-Fi transfer, and I'll post a few of those in a little bit straight out of camera. Working good. So the 2X with the 1 to 4 is still working great. No lack of focus. So it's f11 at wide open at 800 handheld. It's crazy. That's a lot of lens now. Alright folks, I'm driving back. I got a 2.5 hour ride back to Chicago, back home from the Mississippi River. So I thought I'd kill some time and share some of my findings with the Canon EOS R full-frame mirrorless camera, using it on the water down on the Mississippi River. There's great white pelicans, or giant white pelicans, North American pelicans, big birds. Anyways, you know, other than the camera photographing at 5 frames per second in servo focus mode, meaning continuous focus, it then goes back to timing. But tracking focus, being able to capture the birds in flight. I've posted some images right online. Hey, Todd Rosenberg, how's it going? Pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm driving. Good to see you. But yeah, it's like the 5D series when they first came out. So I can imagine the R evolution will get up to where the 5D Mark IV is, and what I mean by that is more robust features such as a faster AI servo, maybe 7 to 10 frames per second, 2 card slots. That's probably going to be in the EOS R. But for what this camera is right now, I want it in my bag, because it could be a great second body to my EOS 1DX. Now I did make some modifications on it. Christopher, Kate Berry, how are you guys? Thanks for joining. Give me some thumbs up if you guys been liking this, everything, all the paces I'm putting the EOS R through on the road trip adventure, shooting the crap out of it to make sure it's really worthy to end up in my bag, and so far it is. Christine Bentley, how's it going? Well, anyways, as I was saying, I did a couple settings on the camera that I did on my previous EOS bodies, 7D Mark II, 5D Mark IV, EOS 1DX. And what that is tracking sensitivity and focus. I've slowed those cameras down because they're so super fast. So what I mean by slowing it down is if the focus point comes off of the bird, it doesn't rapidly jump to something away. Now, it is hard when you're hand-holding, photographing a long lens with the bird and motion coming at you to keep them in the frame, because I tend to shoot very tight. And so when it came off, it was slow to focus. I slowed it all the way down, -2. What I found out is that it was just as slow to come back on to focus. So when I sped that back up to -1 in normal, now it was responding to where my, I would say 5D Mark IV was, in responsiveness to, whoops, I came off the focus of the bird a little bit and came right back on by hitting the focus. And I was playing with all the focus selections, meaning a single point, the cross point, the 9, and then the box cluster, and then a horizontal cluster. These are different things for the EOS R, because essentially you've got 5,600 and some odd focus points, almost the entire field of view that can grab focus. And once you get used to the timing, remember back in film days, it was 5 frames per second, and we were able to capture peak action then. Boom, you get used to it, you get used to the rhythm of the camera, and by the end of this afternoon, I think I got some real keepers. So I posted a few photos straight from camera right to
on your left,
Facebook. I'm going to keep updating that Smug Mug gallery for those that want to pixel peep and see full res files.
On your left,
so I will post those later this week, and I'll do a recap. I'll make some prints and things of that nature. But all in all, I gotta say, I want this camera in my bag. I'll be taking it to a wedding this weekend. That's the last thing that I really have to photograph with it that I haven't done. Everything else I think it's going to work great on. The only place I want to see is how does it do on a dance floor, you know, in complete low light, where I know I'm going to need the focus assist beam with the flash, and just see how it does there. I don't anticipate any challenges at all, but I am looking forward to being able to use it in silent mode during the ceremony. All right, guys, that's about all I got for you now. Heading back to Chicago. Please drop your questions in the feed. I can't really look at them at this point in time while I'm driving, but I will respond to them when I get back to the office, and share this out if you guys find this of value. But as I said earlier on that quick Facebook Live from the boat on the Mississippi River, I was using it with 100 to 400 with the 2x converter, so it's now a 200 to 800 millimeter lens. It was autofocusing great. And then I found a sweet spot for responsiveness. For me, my responsiveness with how tight the field of view was, to use the 100 to 400 with the 1.4 converter. That was great for hand holding and moving and tracking birds. It worked great with the version 1 600 that I have, which is kind of a legacy lens now. As you saw, I photographed the Cubs game with that, and it worked great. Now also at the Cubs game, I had that focus set to -2, which how fast the responsiveness is, and I didn't have any effect there, meaning I guess the birds in flight move more erratic and faster than a player running the bases or, you know, swinging in the bat, which makes sense, right? I bet on hockey or something like that, if you wanted to use it, you would speed it up to where I did today to use with birds in flight. But all in all, I love it. Yeah, baby. All right, guys, thanks for joining in. Catch you later. Remember, share it out, give some thumbs up, and put your questions in the feed. Have a great day.